Welcome dear learners, welcome to Ashwi Management Classes. Dear learners, in the last session we have understood the meaning of the project report and various steps involved in crafting a successful project report. In this session I would like to discuss step number 1, that is introduction to the study. Now before you start introducing your study, you want a problem, you want a title, you want an abstract to be written. So how to select a problem is a big headache for the students. See, there are many sources around you from where you can pick up a problem, but you should take care of two things. One is the problem should be relevant to the current scenario. You should not pick up a problem that is relevant to the past scenario. And the second thing is the problem should be relevant to your field of expertise, that is your relevant subject like finance, HR or marketing. Now what are the sources available to select a problem? See, many of the times you can find different problems faced by business and they are discussed in newspapers like Economic Times and Business Line. So I suggest these are the best sources where you can find some problems related to business. First of all, you need to select like 5 to 6 problems which are relevant or to the current scenario, which are faced currently by the businesses, and then you need to streamline by focusing and selecting one out of them. And one of the source from the Hindu we have is they have come up with an initiative called Business Line on Campus. It is also the abbreviation is like this BLOCK, Business Line on Campus. So there also you can find good number of case studies, problems being discussed by premier institutes like IIMs, IITs and other B schools. So there also students can find good number of problems. Now once you pick up a problem, you need to frame. The next step is to frame a title. How to frame a title? The title should be relevant to your study. Title should be catchy. It should represent your work. Now, be careful if you are writing your title in the uppercase. You should check it carefully for the spelling mistakes, because the problem with Microsoft Word is if you type your title in the uppercase, it fails to show a grammatical a spelling error. So you need to check it cautiously before you finalize and submit it for any spelling mistakes. Then once you are done with your title, one more important tip for framing the title is, see, the title should not be too short, it should not be too long. So you should restrict yourself so that you come up with a good title which represents the entire study. Now once I have a title, I need to write an abstract. So what is this abstract? Abstract gives the central idea of the work and the main findings in brief so that it attracts the prospective reader. Now when you submit your project to university, when you are being evaluated, the examiner has not got enough time to check the entire project. So he will try to read the abstract to judge the entire project. So if it is attractive, then he finds it interesting to go through the entire project. So abstract has got huge impact. So you need to write the abstract in an attractive manner so that it attracts the prospective reader. So some tips to make your abstract attractive. Now what are these tips? Tip number 1. See, make the abstract effective, simple and catchy. It should be simple, it should be effective, and it should be catchy. And don't use long sentences. Restrict yourself to the short sentences. This is your tip 2. Make use of short sentences. Tip 3. Make it self-explanatory and concise. People who are going through your abstract should find it very easy. It should be self-explanatory and it should be concise, limited. And be careful that you should not use abbreviations or complex sentences while writing your abstract. This is another tip. And if you follow these tips, you can craft or you can come up with an interesting or attractive abstract which attracts the minds of the prospect reader. Now once you are done with the abstract, you can start introducing your study. Now, introduction, when you are starting or when you want to write your introduction should you can start the introduction in the present tense to share your current knowledge and the status of the problem, followed by the background of the problem in the past tense. That means you need to start your introduction in the present tense, where you will be sharing your current knowledge about the problem. Like, what knowledge do you have with respect to this problem, what is in discussion, and what is the status of the problem in the society. Then you can give the background, like causes, what led to this problem, etc., etc. in the past tense. So this is how you need to introduce your problem sequentially, step by step, as if you are telling a story to your friend. So usually the introduction should last to 2 to 3 pages. 2 to 3 pages introduction is a good introduction. Then after introduction, within this chapter, you need to state the need for the study. Now, you might be studying a problem which has been studied by many people. But if you are again studying the problem, you need to state the need for the study. What is the need for again studying the problem? So you need to state it clearly in your own words, the need to take up the study again in a concise way. Now after you are done with the need for the study, the next important thing you need to state under the introduction chapter is scope of the study. See, scope is the spread of the subject. See, because of time constraints, because of financial constraints or many other constraints, scope is restricted to some extent. So you need to specify the extent to which you are covering in this particular study. That is what is scope of the study. For example, if suppose I want to study the buying behavior of women with respect to products like shampoos. So I cannot carry on a study throughout the India. So I will narrow or shorten my scope to with special reference to women residing in Hyderabad. So this is how you need to specify your scope of the study. Now once you are done with the scope of the study, you need to state the research methodology. What research methodology you will be following to conduct this study. Research methodology considers the following aspects. See, research methodology states what a selection of methods for collection of data, sources of information, the sample design, and tools for data collection, and type of analysis, whether it is quantitative analysis or qualitative analysis, the time of the study or the period required for the study, and other aspects of the study. This is how you need to state your research methodology in clear terms. So, dear learners, let us sum up what we have discussed in this chapter number 1 called Introduction to the Study. So, we learned how to select a problem, and we have identified certain sources available around you to choose some problems like Economic Times, Business Line, and an initiative from Hindu, that is BLOC, Block, Business Line on campus, from where you can select this problem. Now after selection of the problem, you need to frame a title. I have given you tips to frame your title, and then after framing the title, we have discussed how to write up your abstracts, and I have also given the tips for writing an attractive abstract. Then we have discussed how to introduce your study and what are the different factors to be considered while writing your introduction, and like elements like need for the study, scope of the study, and research methodology also have been discussed in this session. Hope you have enjoyed this session, and in case any difficulties or any clarifications if you want to make it on this session, you can comment in the comment box. Thank you, good day, goodbye.